Okay, welcome back, guys. I had to make a new video because I didn't want to skip this scene.
Superstitious idiot.
You wanted someone cheap.
Well, you get what you pay for, I suppose. And what about you, Navarrow? Are you worth
Navarrow.
what I'm
Oh yeah,
paying
guys. Also,
you?
Navarrow was
Both here.
also the person
I'm
who
sure
played
of it.
Talbot in
Sullivan can be trusted.
Which he
the
can't.
third.
Look, he knows we'll kill him if he's lying.
Don't be stupid. He knows we'll kill him once we find the treasure. He hasn't had a sense
What was he
to
in?
tell
Oh
the
yeah, he's the
truth.
person who plays Talbot in Uncharted 3.
Sometimes I think you left your brains
It's
back
really
in that
cool.
slum where I found you.
The person who uses his
need a
voice
little
has
more
actually
time.
have been into many
Chasing this
different
treasure
enemies throughout the
is proving
games.
to
It's
be
really
more
cool.
trouble than it's probably worth.
I assure you, El Dorado is worth more than you can possibly imagine.
It had better be.
It better be. Yeah, obviously it wasn't in the church. If it was in the church, this would be so much easier. What is this? Are these lights here on purpose? I would have been found anyways, even if they did. Because trusting when I say that the sneaking controls are not even close as good as Uncharted 4 or Uncharted 3. Fit 15 on the trail of the treasure. Is it just me, or is this reminding you of when we first landed on this godforsaken island? Huh. Okay, time to climb. It seems that's all I'm ever good at anymore, except for killing people. Or, you know, attracting the scum of the earth. Apparently I attracted douchebags in real life. I don't know. Like, me and my friend were just trying to play tennis once, you know, trying to relax, play some tennis, you know, get some better. I still need to call him. I mean, we haven't played tennis in a while, and I want to call him, see if he wants to go back to school sometime, you know, hang out and play some tennis, you know, do that kind of shit. And I was like, okay, maybe we'll do that like another time. And I wanted to see if that was okay with him. But the thing was that the last day that we were playing tennis, you know, to get a little bit better at it, you know what happened? These fucking assholes literally were like stealing our ball, kept going into our fucking court, and he was like, thing one, thing two, thing three, always ruining people's games. We literally just stopped playing after a while because, I mean, they kept on, like, after, like, we had enough balls to, that sounded wrong, but you get what I mean. We had enough, like, tennis balls to, play another game, but the problem was that not only were they stealing the tennis balls, but literally, when they stole our tennis ball, they decided to, hey, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna be an asshole, and we're just gonna, like, throw it over the fence into somebody else's yard. Oh, you know what? Good. You know what? The only good there is good for them because, I mean, they get a free tennis ball now. You like just the school has a big budget, but they just don't spend it right. Because it's the planetarium, we actually, my school, or well, my previous school anyways, I'm going to high school now, they were getting a good amount of money, like a lot, because, I mean, if you go to the planetarium, it costs a good amount, because it's the only planetarium at Virginia Beach that's actually built in. Of course, some schools, you know, because they were cheap ass, they decided, you know what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use, like, the simple thing, and, oh, I've been there.
Hey, you read me?
Yeah.
I'm a cheap ass, so I'm gonna use like this portable like planetarium thing, and it was pretty cool. It was actually kind of comfortable. It felt like I was moving around inside the planetarium. It was kind of weird actually,
Yeah.
All right.
but like you get what I mean though. But we kept on getting money. But the problem was is that like they would always spend it on these crappy ass fucking Chromebooks. I felt like that was just such a stupid thing to do. And it really was a stupid thing to do. It was not worth it. It just wasn't. And I felt like it was just awful. Awful. And it was awful. Because they couldn't spend their money right when doing the school. And instead of like figuring... And they can't even remodel the school because, I mean, they would have to save up enough money to rebuild the planetarium because that's like how they get their main source of money through. Not to mention that they... But the thing is, the reason why everybody wants them to rebuild the school is because of the planetarium being so small, it's one of the oldest schools in the area, and they never tore it down. You know why? Because the reason why they never tore it down was because since the planetarium would cost so much to freaking rebuild, they decided to not destroy it and just keep the building going up. Okay, if it wasn't because of stone bricks that were keeping the entire school intact, the thing is that everything else though would suck. And they're like, well, what if we remodeled it little? And I'm like, okay, that would make sense. But I'm talking about like, instead of like when they were remodeling and doing the bleachers, okay, if they were to make like better air vents and stuff like that, they would have to go through the roof. And the roof is by far one of the weakest parts of the school. So even that would just be dangerous.
That's gotta be it.
Oh yeah. Oh wait, what? Okay. Where do I go now? Yeah, but that's just how it was, and I never really agreed to it. But like, me and my friend honestly just said it was stupid and how like they did their funding things, especially with the Chromebooks. Because even though the Chromebooks were going through the crappy internet that probably like cost like 5 cents to freaking broadcast throughout the entire school, it wasn't worth it, and I felt like it wasn't either. I mean, it was a better portable computer type system that was easier to move around. But in my defense, it was just awful. Like halfway through the school year, it seemed like, okay, it's a pretty cool piece of technology. And it kind of was. It was kind of cool, but after a while, it just freaking sucked because it was continuously being used. And after a while, you realize that it just flat out stunk. It wasn't funny. It wasn't cool. It was just bad. And nobody liked it. Neither did I. I hated it. But that was how it was. It was absolutely stupid. Especially like how they did the funny problems in the first place. But, you know, it was fine, I suppose. Like, I dealt with worse when it comes to funny problems. Like, my school was just a pinch it was just a pinch of how bad it was. Oh wait, okay. No wait, we had to go back. Okay, yeah, but I hope you enjoyed like that story and like pinch of how like my school life has been. In fact, my school life was absolutely awful. Whenever a kid asked me, like he was like in 4th grade, like he understood a lot about it. He understood like that a little bit more than other kids would, so he would actually ask like smart questions. And he asked me, how is middle school like? And I was like, everyone's an asshole. I didn't actually like say everyone's an asshole. I actually said everyone's a jerk, but like that's how, if you were putting it in funny terms, that's how I would put it. And it's true. Like, I find freaking teenagers and freaking high school more fun. And the reason for that is because they actually understand what I'm saying. Other people just think I'm just a flat-out nerd, which I am, but, I mean, that's not a problem. Thing is that I actually have, like, a really good mind that can be used. But the problem was that nobody really understood me, and they mostly ignored me. Like, I was talking about how the reason why in the universe, Absolute Zero, it's the coldest things can get, by the way, just want to let you know that. It's so rare in the universe. And my sister was like, ugh, boring.
Well, hello there.
But that's how things were. And I thought it was just flat out really
You gotta
stupid.
be kidding. Hey, Sully.
I'm here.
Remember Roman and Navarro? That red herring you sent them on to get them out of the way?
Yeah?
Well, they're sitting right on top of the treasure vault.
Oh, all the goddamn luck.
Look, I'm gonna need a diversion to get them out of there.
You got it, kid. One diversion. Coming right up.
And Sully,
Yeah.
once they're gone, meet me in the mausoleum. But come through the catacombs. It's safer that way.
Gotcha.
Now I've just got to get past all these goons without getting noticed.
No, that's not happening. Yeah, but that's how like school was for me. The only time I actually went to anything that was like school related that actually cost me money was either a field trip or, well, one dance throughout the year. I rarely ever did that. And I felt like it was, well, weird, and it felt like a good experience. Don't get me wrong, I felt like it was pretty dang cool. Being able to feel like all that nostalgia, you know, happiness dealing with everything else. But I felt like it was just not worth everything throughout the day. I felt like it wasn't worth, like, being formal. It wasn't worth, but yeah, that's how things were. If you guys enjoy my stories, I mean, I personally like everything that was going through, or like I personally like school. The reason why I like going to school is because I mean you get to meet new friends, and of course school time is always the best. I'm not actually focusing too much, but school time is always the best place to actually make friends because I mean you actually have time to meet other kids with them. And I just never really liked summer break too much. The reason for that was because summer break was like a fun experience. I mean, you get the time to relax. But I never really had that time to relax moment. I always liked science so much that I ended up just reading about it even throughout the summer. Okay. Oh shit. Oh, I shot him through the tree. That was awesome. Okay. Take out the sniper. Booyah. Yeah, but that was like a good experience throughout school. And the reason why I never really liked summer break though is, like I said, it was a fun time, but I was always stuck reading science anyways. But the thing was that even though my family also had like a bit of problems with money. I mean, we weren't like flat out poor. If we were, I wouldn't be able to like buy the PS, or I wouldn't be able to get the PS4. But the thing is that we still just didn't have enough money. The closest summer vacation I'm getting this year is going to Tennessee, which is by far like the cheapest thing we can get. But I mean, it's still gonna be a fun experience because I feel like Tennessee was actually much better than Virginia, because I swear to God, Virginia, everybody's an asshole. And like Tennessee, everybody's so nice, and it has like such a nice atmosphere to it. There's not like so much water around, so like raining is a rare occasion. And the most times I would ever, well, necessarily go to Tennessee that wasn't in the summertime was whenever I was hanging out with them during winter, you know. That's how we would do sometimes for the winter holidays, and I felt like it was just such a good experience, you know, being able to spend time with my family. And it was a good experience, but that was my summer vacation. Other people's summer vacation lasted like a month, to where I couldn't even hang out with them for a month, and the next thing you know, like their house was so far away and my mom had work and I couldn't actually hang out with them because like my grandmother wouldn't let me walk there even though I'm like completely eligible. So, you know, I always had my problems, or SHAREfactory problems in there.
I knew you could do it, kid. So what's next?
I don't know. I'm figuring it out as I go. This is definitely the right place, though.